Jack. Oh yeah, these flies are bad, aren't they, Jack? They're starting to get bad, even though it's still cool. Yeah. Let's do some milling here. Let's make some noise in the neighborhood, friends. Look at this. Let's go get a broom and sweep this off. And then we need to take the board off here and move it down. Align it with the blue line. We got this. Good morning, Jane. Good morning, Jane. Let's see here. We got this one, and we got this one. This one's already set up to do the milling, but we need some gas. Let's put some gas in it. Don't get too many ladies that come by this channel to check out what's going on. I'm assuming. I don't know what people's interests are, though. The gas here. We went back to spring here in North Carolina. We had summer, and now we're back to spring. Might as well dump that all in there and make a new batch. What's on my agenda here is to finish milling the elm log that's over there by the wood pile. I started it yesterday. Chalked a line down the center. I'm going to cut it, the other half of the log. It's about a 16-footer. And some oil in here. Jack hoodie. Says gay. Not sure why you said that, Jack hoodie. Not gay. Dang, you're gonna mill that. You're gonna mill what? Yeah, I'm gonna mill it. I think it's hilarious. The just the random thoughts that people have would come into their heads and they put in a live stream. Oh, welcome though. Goon. Oh yeah, goon. That's a random thought too, man. How old are you? Jacket, hoodie. Now that I can see it because I'm old and I need to, I got to wear my glasses. You're 20. Okay. And are you in school or are you working? Or playing video games? Working. Okay. What are you working at? I need this. You do work like this? Jacket, hoodie? Young man? Let's sweep this off. You can see what I'm doing here. Walmart. You're working at Walmart. Should you be scrolling? Good morning, Titan. One of my P1s. Maybe one day Jacket Hoodie will be a P1. You never know. P1. Do you want to know what that is? Their Jacket Hoodie. He started out by. Well, I mean, he opened the. He threw the icebreaker out there. Suggested I was gay. Then I said I was a goon. But he's working at Walmart. What are we doing here? Appalachia 412. What we're doing here, I got this. Let me show you. This elm log here that I started to mill yesterday down the middle because I want to try to make some lumber from this. But I want to quarter saw it. I want to try quarter sawing it at least. So how do we do that? Well, quarter sawing a log means that we want to cut normal plain sawn lumber is taking and sawing boards this way all the way straight down. So if I were to plain saw this, I would just cut down here whatever width of boards I want. Quarter sawn would now take this log and this one, flip it over, and I'm going to take, and I want to take the boards out of the log this way. And why do we do that? Because in certain species of lumber you get some nice rays in the grain when you quarter saw it. So like oak, quarter sawn, you would see those beautiful rays. They're called rays in the surface grain pattern. This is not oak, it's elm. And elm, I actually have not ever made lumber out of elm, but I want to give this a try. It's actually quite highly workable as a wood goes for woodworking. And it was very commonly used to make furniture because you can bend it easily. So like making chairs or whatever, you can do that. I'm not planning to do that, but I did want to cut it up and see what sort of wood I can get out of it for potentially making like shelves or something like that. Appalachia is Pittsburgh area code 412. Okay. Appalachian Mountains, yeah. Yeah, I'm at the foothills, the Piedmont area of North Carolina. And we lost Jacket Hoodie, but he should be working anyways. He's at Walmart. If he isn't, he can at least learn something. Maybe he wants to learn how to mill lumber. And yeah, not have to work at Walmart anymore. I don't know. Okay, so the thing I have to do is, because I only had an 8-foot piece of 2x4 here, which I had screwed in, I need to move it. You got kinfolk down here, do you? Nice. Flea mall down there in NC. Flea market or flea? What's flea mall? Well, that's kind of interesting there, dude. I think I got that. Alright, we'll go get the other one here. Yeah, and I just want to acknowledge Titan here, if he's still on. Thanks for, I didn't get a rip chain yet, Titan. Not yet. I'm still using the standard ground chain for it. And if I keep it sharp, it's still working pretty good. And there's a sort of an optimal angle too, that if you hold the saw on, I'll show that as we get going here, that it cuts a little more productively. But I am going to get another chain, or take one of my existing ones, maybe even the one I have, and order another standard chain. But the existing one I could grind to the 10-degree angle that the top plate on the chain is supposed to be. I'm trying to hold this and talk to you at the same time. There's Jack over there. He found some sun. You know, the other thing I could have done here is cut this log in 2 8-foot sections to make it a little bit easier, so then you're sort of bite-sizing it. Because it feels like a lot of work when you're trying to do 16 feet lengthwise. Let's do something here. You can stay there, Jack. It's all good. It was kind of fun doing this yesterday, because as I was cutting through this, it naturally wanted to open up. As you can see, look how wide that is. All the tension inside this log. And so as I do this, I actually don't want to cut all the way through as I approach the other end here, because it'll start to fall away and might break it. All right, I can see that now. Now we got to line this up. And this part, the saw ready here. I got gas in it. This sometimes happens here. Might have to get a hammer. Or a piece of firewood and knock it up, because that'll stay. That. Hands free now. So I'm lining up this end with the jig. I will show that. Okay, all out. This is the jig I'm using. I've had this about 10 years. It's called the Haddon Lumber Maker, and apparently they had patents or something on it. You can still buy it on Amazon, I think. I went and looked the other day. When I bought it, it was $79. Now I think they're charging $140 or something, maybe more. And I mean, I will say that it's pretty handy, but there's many knockoffs now available even on Amazon. Though I'm not sure if they're available, because I clicked one of those links that you can get them for $40 now, the knockoffs. All it is, let's look at this. It's this shoe here that this is, let me bolt it down and then I'll describe it. Get this. So we do this here. I gotta fit that in the slot with this. That's there. So if you look here, the chain bar is riding down here in the slot. So in describing this again, it fastens here with 3 set screws, and this just swivels, pivots. It's really basic, and you can set this will fit on a 2x6 if you take this spacer thing off. And yeah, that's it. So apparently Haddon, the name of the person who invented it, had a patent on it. But I don't know if the patent is still valid. I got the thing with this awful little manual. It's like, looks like they used an old school Xerox copy machine, like from the 1960s. And even at the time I was surprised. So 2016 or 15 when I bought it, I was expecting something far more, well prepared, the manual, instead of being, these little schematics that were hand drawn. Something that was more legible, pictures even, would have been nice. Alright, now I got to screw this down here, but in order for that to happen, I need to bring the saw all the way back. Because we got 2 points of the line now that we can align this with. Now my 2x4 is a little bit warped, which might be partly due to the fact that I left it screwed down on this elm log overnight. And it's not, well, I mean, you can see how warped the log is. Let's come back here. It's going to be close. There. That's it. Now, the question is, should I put one in the middle? Don't think it's needed. It's riding a little bit above. As you can see here, but I think I can keep it aligned on the chalk line. See that? Thanks for the likes. Thanks for stopping in, people, friends. if you're subscribers, I appreciate you a lot. It's been about a month now that I've been quite active with trying to keep the channel going and bringing you content that you are happy to tune in to watch. I get a lot of new viewers who just find me here too, and they subscribe, which is nice. Because I monetized the channel. I got monetized about a month ago. And I haven't yet got a paycheck yet, because you have to make $100 on YouTube before they'll pay you anything. And I'm not quite there. I'm more than 2/3 of the way. So thank you all for that. Okay, we're going to start this thing up. I'm hoping that Wolfie here cooperates. It's brand new since February, the saw, but I had some trouble. And it's been to the shop twice, and the second time it was there, it came back and it was starting a little more reliably. So we're going to cross our fingers. There's my boy Jack. He doesn't care whether the saw starts. Actually, he'd probably prefer it not start because it's too noisy. He'll leave. He'll go find a quieter spot. So, I need my hearing protection and my chainsaw chaps. In the meantime, though, we could start this, get it warmed up. And we'll make some pulp. There we go, we got the pop. That's the pop. So I'm fairly convinced that when the saw went back to the shop, it wasn't just water in the gas they said it was there. Because it starts now under 6 every time. I'll never know. They'll never tell me. And I might have to stop for a little break, and at that point I'll be sharpening the saw chain. Okay, here we go. I maybe lose some of you because it's pretty loud and not that interesting to listen to that, but again, appreciate you for joining. Let's rip. So there's a it spit wood chips all over the phone screen. There's a certain angle here that when I hit it, it actually gives me better bite, and the chips look more like this, and I get a little more productivity out of it. But like I was saying earlier, I don't want to cut all the way through until I'm close to getting near the end, like all the way to this end, but all the way through the depth. And then what I'm going to have to do, you see here, I've got a chalk in there holding it so that it doesn't fall over. So that's kind of what I'm up against here. Lots of pulp. Jack left. He went to the front porch to sleep in his bed. And I'm going to start it again. For what it's worth, it's actually taxing on the body, because you not that I'm like trying to press the saw down in hard into the wood, but I do want it to bite. But it's a good ab workout because I'm standing next to it, and I do have to press the saw down in and hold it there to chew the wood. Why is it? Okay, here we go. Trying to figure out what's the best way to do this for anybody to see. The sun angle is coming straight down over top here. Coming in from the east. I gotta wipe the screen. That's not gonna work. Let me know if you can see that or not. Anybody who's on the chat there. Is it too bright? Might be. Backbreaker. I remembered not to yell after turning the saw off. Bedding for the chicken coops. Not done, not through. So part of my issue now, there's always an issue, folks, but their issues are expected You just have to figure them out. So this wasn't long enough. So what happens here? Let me wipe this off. Is I come to the end and look, the jig, see, so I could probably freehand it, but I'm gonna move it. I'm almost through. You can see here the depth I got to. I would say more than halfway, 2/3. We're gonna keep going, just a little break here, still sharp. This puts a power saw to the test, there's no doubt about that. Because you're running it at a constant high RPM. I think it's what wore out my Husqvarna 450 doing this work. Now the other thing that is not great about chainsaw milling, the downside is a lot of waste because you've got such a thick kerf. If you're doing a sawmill, they're coming in, they're probably half the kerf width of this. I'm guessing. But you don't have the investment, the capex that a big sawmill is, which is going to run you starting or take $3,000 to $4,000 for just a basic starter mill, and then you got to maintain it. You got to have a place for it, and it's a lot easier to just store one of those than a chainsaw mill, which probably invariably I would then want to build a little lean-to, like put it underneath there. Then I would have no place for the tractor and all the other stuff. So we do it like this. And if you burn out a chainsaw here and there, well, you go get another one and you're still ahead. If you think you're making good lumber, this method, which I guess is also up for debate. Though I have to say, I made some pretty decent stuff for the little cabin we have years ago. All right, we're going to keep going here. Let's see, should I move the board down a little? Maybe. I don't know. I can freehand it near the end. Who else we got on here that we had somebody Science 830 not on. That was a long time ago, right after Jacket Hoodie. I'm guessing Titan had other things to do. He's probably long gone. Beautiful Bill said hi. Hi to you. EST 9665. Good morning to you. And Appalachia subbed. Ah, very nice. Thank you. Appalachia 412. I'm not originally from North Carolina. You're absolutely right. I am from, you guessed right. I'm originally from Canada. And I appreciate you a lot. Yeah, I hope if you're still on, I hope you heard that. Donna says hi. Ah, and you're still there, Titan. Attaboy. Titan, for anybody who's on, the others, he's a big supporter here of my efforts. And I appreciate him a lot. Got the glare there from the sun. So I'm gonna get back to this, and I'm gonna actually try to cut it through. So I don't know how long you can endure this. I don't know if it's as loud coming through to you as it is probably to anybody standing nearby. I'm wearing earmuffs, so it does help. Uh, it actually, believe it or not, it helps prevent exhaustion from setting in so soon. Okay, let's go. And I'm trying to get the best view here. Maybe it's literally just like that for now. All right. I think it's pretty amazing that this tree, which has been sitting here so long, well, you can't see that, I don't think. It's probably out of the angle or the lens there, but it re-sprouted, and it's really doing really well. It's amazing to me. But I mean, it's still wet inside this log, so I get that. This goes to show you how adaptable nature is. Take that and pop it off again. And of course the screw would get stripped here right when I'm in the middle of this. So what does that mean? It means there's a struggle, folks, which is great for all of you who are tuning in. This is what makes it so much fun. Because now, the only way I see to get that off is to pry it off. Knock off the drill. The screw stayed there. The 2x4 came off. And the funniest thing is, it was a brand new screw, but what happens is, it fills up with sawdust and stuff, and then when you put the bit in, it doesn't bite. And so it sits a little bit high, friends. Look, it's probably hard to see. And the bit does not go in quite enough, and then you start to try to unscrew it with the drill, and it just strips it. And then you got to start with a fresh one. Tom Lent, you did bench, you mean cut wood lumber like that, Tom? With log dogs. So I'm using a jig here to line up the chainsaw bar to run down and make as straight as possible cut down through the length of the log. So I got that out, but it's no good anymore. Of course, it came out pretty easily with the crowbar. Get some leverage on it. But I need a new screw. But yeah, it's exactly what happens. It's all the cellulose pulp got jammed down into the head of the screw, pressed in, and then it makes it the bit sit too high, and then I strip it. So I got a new screw. With a nice, clean end. With log dogs. Let's see, let me catch up here on. We're thinking maybe some stakes behind the lumber that could fall might help prevent that from causing a problem. Yeah, maybe, yeah. I'm just going to move the board down. If I had a 10 or 12 foot, it would have been a little easier. I wouldn't have had to do so much, repositioning of the guide 2x4. The guide, what do you call it? Yeah, it's a guide. The runner. The runner guide. It's getting warm now. Except, it keeps all the dust on me. Yeah, I might have to. So, how I gauge this, pop this back on here, and line it up there, and see how far I need it. So if you see here, can you see the end? Really, I need a board that comes out to about here. But that would definitely, maybe another 6 inches, 3 inches would do it. There. Of course, the longer the chain bar, the better. So this is a 20 inch. If I had a 24, it would probably be a little more efficient as well. one. It's warm. Too warm. Time to get rid of the fleece. Let's line up the bar down on this end here. Let's see how we doing. Good, good, good. Little bit off there. Let's see. All right, we can roll again. Can make some noise. The good thing is I don't have neighbors who are 30 feet away. So they won't be too bothered by this activity. You're going to answer anybody who might be log dogs. Thanks for the likes. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Just to let some of you know, one of the things that I'm planning to do is have some handcrafted merchandise made starting in around the June time frame, June, July. And yeah, it'll be, I think, kind of interesting. And the missus is going to help me with that. All right, let's get back to this. I'm trying, Tom, if you're still there, I did bench like this in 70s, 80s, 90s. Let me know what you mean there again with log dogs. I know the log dogs are like helping to hold it in place right on a mill. Anyway, I'll start this up and get this going here. Keep progress moving ahead. Jack, he came back, but he's leaving again, which is good. I don't know if you could hear that. Probably not. But the log, since I'm making it all the way through now, let's come around here. You see the crevice? And it started to turn in here and pinch it a little bit. So I'm going to go get a wedge, which I don't have with me on my person. That's me. That's standard fare. And we'll put a wedge in there to keep it open. Nobody for you four says hi. Hello, nobody. I think you've been at the channel before, I'm pretty sure, when I've gone back and looked at some of the chat histories, which I try to do so that I could recognize who some of my viewers are, if they're regulars or not. If they're not, that's fine. It's okay. I know that this sort of work is not for everybody. They don't, particularly care too much about it. And let's see, where did I have some? Here's my wedges. And we'll grab. Let's see, I'm going to take a hammer, but I don't need a hammer. I just need my forestry axe. Sandvix. Take the sheath off the end, the bit. All right, let's roll. Jack, what do you think? Says, honestly, I think that it's too loud. Jack, he has a mind of his own. He has his own opinions about everything. And I try to respect those opinions. Especially when it comes to this, because I don't actually want Jack to go deaf. So he seems to know when to disappear. There. That's probably all it needs for now. Move the tools. And we shall go at this again. I'm going to try to get it cut right through right now. The wrecking bar. The hard hat. Jeff. No, I don't know your name. That's funny. I wonder what the probability of guessing anybody's name is. Given the type of audience I get, I probably could name a few names and eventually get it. It's like the old probability of someone in a classroom of, say, 30 or so people. What's the probability of someone having a birthday on any given day? It's about 100%, friends. Yeah, exactly, Titan. Okay, here we go. Let's put this back up on the tripod. Right there. Trying to get it so the sun's not obliterating the images. And it may not have me in there the whole time. Oh, I had to get a wedge and jam it in there because it was starting to pinch, close in a little bit. Let's see, I got quite a bit of gas. This saw is running great now. And I'm not even going to knock wood when I say that. Let's just start it. It's going to start. Now, I'm going to have to work on this side of the wedge and then go back, probably. All the way through here. I have risk of pinching now. She just popped open. But it's not cut all the way through down there in the middle. Let's see here. Let me show you what's going on. So, I got it cut through there, and then it popped open. You can see there, the tension just popped that little bit of leftover, and we got some that isn't cut through here. So I got to get through this, and let me put. Yeah. By the way, we did get some rain here on the weekend. Not a lot, but enough to get things growing again. Okay, so we got there, and let's see, there's a couple of little spots. It looks like it kind of snapped. I got to get this here. This is when I definitely wish I had a sawmill, a proper one. It makes me yearn for one. Okay. We're going to start it back up, and I'm going to just free ball it down there. So you can watch it happen here. Get it. Almost there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost there. Alright, can I free ball it with the jig on? Actually, I got an idea. This will make it so much easier. Work with me! Okay, this was actually pretty funny. I did a little short yesterday, and it was me ripping with the battery power, the lithium ion battery, Harbor Freight, Atlas saw, and somebody said, dude, that's hard to watch. And that's all he wrote in the comments. But I thought it was kind of funny because my first thought was, oh, here's a purist, a Sawyer, who would never dream of using one of these. He would only use, and maybe never even an Echo, although Echo is all in all is a good name, even in some pro saws. And now that this is running, I'm starting to love it a little bit more. Starting well. Before it wasn't. Anyway, it's got the jig on it, so I'm going to try to finish this with this because it doesn't have a jig hanging off the bar. And I've just got a little bit in here, friends. So, do I got some juice? Yes. I mean, say what you want about it, but once you plug these bad boys in, they just run. They're clean. The only thing you smell like is wood chips afterward, not gas oil fumes. But what I like about this one too, though, this saw, is it has a thinner kerf than the other one. It takes less material. Alright, let's put that in there. It's gonna go any minute. Now, I don't really want to be in here if it goes in the middle of the two logs, because if it falls on my shins, it's not going to feel good. So, we'll stay on this side. Not that it can, because I have a chalk in there, but it's pretty heavy. You never know. Better to be safe than sorry. I feel like we got it. Let's see. What am I cutting down there? I feel like it's done. No, a little bit. Now it's done. Okay, yeah, I gotta show it to you. No problem there, Titan, about the last comment. All right, here we go. Look. It is cut in half, ladies and gentlemen. And had a little bit of a hiccup here. Not there, right here. Look. Started to cut into the... That's because down here it was all warped. It had a gap like this. But that's it. I got it cut in half. I got a little bit here. Look. Looks like I don't have it quite severed. Let's nick that with the electric. These. Oh, it's bright here, really bright. And thanks for the likes. If you haven't been over to check out the content, please do. I'm gonna put this down here again and just try to separate that, but I wanted to do it so that you could see it. I know I have a difficult time seeing the screen. There. Home stretch, this little piece here. Hung up. That's it. And that, my friends, takes us into a nice little break called lunch. So, appreciate you joining for this morning live stream where I rip a log lengthwise, elm, and the next thing is going to be to cut it. As I said, I'm going to quarter saw this, so that's what I'm going to do perhaps this afternoon. I might do one of these after lunch. Thanks for joining. Peace out. See you on the next one. And we'll see you there, Titan, if you're still on. And enjoy the rest of your day, everybody.